everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. Please remember discipline is the key to success in trading. And we had a wild week last week. Some really good action. Honestly, we had some nice range in some of those candles. And we're sitting on a W pattern, which could be bullish, but we have a major level of resistance that we've been watching. We've actually talked about that has to be cleared. That's probably going to need volume to clear. So we have another interesting week. We do have CPI on Wednesday, PPI Thursday, consumer sentiment on Friday. We do have PayPal, Palantir, Airbnb, Disney, Devon, Tyson reports, BNTX, Roblex, Rivian, Oxy, Lucid, Fisker, Twilio, JD, Affirm. So we do have some good earnings. Got Upstart, TTD, which is one that I personally like to trade after hours on earnings, which we will be watching some of these names this week. So let's get into the charts. We're going to talk more about what we expect as we go through the charts, and especially when we get to the SPY and the Qs. The Qs is set up really nicely. We're going to talk about some volume profile areas and some areas that need to be cleared and what we can expect this week if we can get the proper volume. And if we can't, see if we can catch the fail. We're going to plan A, plan B. We're going to look at all of it. So our put to call ratio still in the neutral zone at 95. You can see our oscillators have pushed higher here. So 37 back into the bullish zone, plenty of room to move. And that's for the NASDAQ here. The New York Stock Exchange, we're at a negative 38, actually moved more towards the bullish zone. So plenty of room to move in either direction for both exchanges. You can see the SPX here. We did close on this is a weekly chart. We had a low close kind of hammerish candle here. And you can see our higher time frames were able to hold us up with the moving averages. This is our breadth chart. Starting to see a possible histogram divergence here. Maybe just grasping for straws. Got a nice strong breadth thrust, but didn't move the moving average. So I'm not digging too deep into the breadth thrust on Friday. As a matter of fact, there's more breadth charts than just that. If you look at a lot of them, you're seeing some very neutral, just giving off a very neutral vibe here. And you can see TNX, this is bonds. Bonds had an update on Friday, and you can see yields kind of moving with bonds there on Friday, trying to move up. Usually they move inverse of each other. You can see the U.S. dollar, still plenty of weakness down there. Big down candle on Friday on the VIX. That was a big help for the market. So you got crude here. We talked about this. This was the chart that we did the last video on, talking about the candle wick, and you can see this candle here. So that has left us very morning starish. I know we don't really have the perfect star there, but it's a very morning starish pattern, bullish above this candle line right here on crude. And we can definitely keep an eye on energy this week, as we always do. You can see Apple just been trending higher, big strong move up. Apple with a really good earnings. iPhone sales were really good compared to, considering what we were expecting with iPhone sales down. So, there was a few bad things into the report, but considering the way the economy is, plus the buyback, really strong move on Friday with a really nice gap up there. Really nice gap and go. And you can see the 15-minute chart here. You can see this nice push up on the actual earnings move, and then we ripped higher, rated open on Friday. Gold with a big down candle. One thing to point out, so knowing Apple's willing to, and of course, don't get me wrong, they don't buy all 90 billion back at one time, but then knowing that Apple's willing to invest in themselves up here, where Apple seems to be extended, is a good sign. So you can see gold had an ugly down candle on Friday. Some of what's going on there is a flight to safety. When the market pulls back, they run for safety, then they're coming back into the market. Just some extreme FOMO, and that's what we try not to do. We try not to FOMO into trades. We try to think rationally as we take the trades. We can see our advanced decline lines here. We did turn up on Friday, so that is another good sign for the market. AI back above the daily 9 here. So now we're looking for a move back up to fill this gap. We're looking for a gap fill on AI and to see what kind of reaction we get at the other side of that window. You can see AMC. AMC had a down day on Friday. Looks like it gapped up and moved lower. You can see AMC right here, very H cell pattern-ish on intraday chart. Market got lucky. It looked like it got lucky and actually closed for the day. It looked like it really wanted to dump there. We see AMD intraday, another really strong push. That's surprising because we did have some big news on AMD come out with Microsoft, and Microsoft come out Friday and said that this news is not true. So we're going to continue to track it and continue to track the action on it. Just surprising that we got that strong of a push. We were waiting for a possible pull on that news, and it continued higher. So it continued offering uh, opportunities to the bullish side on Friday. Amazon, decent candle on Friday there. Still got to take that 200 out. Art K got a very nice move on Friday. We talked about this one in the Discord Friday before open to keep that one on the radar. Avi moving down. We had talked about this possible like a piercing line candle, even though it's not textbook. Got the nice move up right into this gap here. You can see the gap is right in this area now. It's because we've been up here, even though it's a wick. Candles, if you go an intraday chart, you can see candles in this area. So our gap has shrunk. So we are moving lower. As of right now, we have a bearish candle with a bearish harami here, or a spinning top. See how that wants to act. It's just a little extended there. It did close below that 200. AMD, 2 strong days off of that news. Now, this could be, they could, if they do try to sell this one, this could be an opportunity to the downside with that news being false. But play the action. If it continues to go up, we are bullish. You can see AMD here on the weekly. We did close with a red hammer on the 20 last week. We are still under that weekly 9. Affirm, strong candle. Affirm coming into earnings, very strong candle on Friday. Affirm intraday, you can see the huge move up on Friday. It's a really nice move there. Ally Financial, ALLY. So this one's been on a lot of people's radar lately. Been seeing a lot of flow on it. It's really pretty choppy down here. You can see we just did a video on candle wicks, a little short. Make sure you check that out. Kind of explains what's happening inside of these little battles here and how to trade them. You can see we have to take out this daily 9 if it wants to move up. I think there's better places for your money. Amazon, nice pullback on Friday and then a big push up. You can kind of see your contraction pattern going on here. It's not perfect, but you can kind of see the contraction pattern pull down to the pre-market lows and then bounced off the pre-market lows. That's why it's important to have them pre-market levels on your charts. You can see Amazon weekly rejected. So we had this very rough, it is not textbook, inverted head and shoulders pattern down here on the weekly. Struggling to get through this trend line in that 50. Your weekly 50 is still holding the 9, closed on a hammer, trying to push up off the top, off the weekly 9. Apple weekly chart. I mean, that's just that's a beautiful chart. I don't know what else to say. That chart is still on the radar. You can see Boeing. Boeing's rolling over here. You can extend this trend line out and look for a bounce off that trend line, possibly set up, might move down to the trend line. Boeing can be a hard trader. It's not one you really want to buy and set into. It's one you really want to trade if you are on screen. Bitcoin trying to push off the weekly 9. Nice setup there. You know, you can see where the bulls, we were not able, the buyers were not able to give us a high close candle. So they were not able to close that candle above the weekly open, but you can still see some rejection off the 9. And here on the daily, you can see the symmetrical triangle that Bitcoin has broke out of. It is retesting the breakout point. So now we need to see some bullishness coming off there and see some momentum in it before entering. Boeing intraday very flat on Friday. City, just wild head and shoulders, upward sloping head and shoulders. Give a really wild move. So let's just take a minute. Let's talk about the upward sloping head and shoulders pattern. To enter this pattern is not so much about the neckline. When you have an upward sloping head and shoulders, you're looking for a candle to open up, to close, and a new candle to open up below the right armpit. So it's not about the neckline there with the upward sloping. And you can see CVX here seeing a reversal on Friday as well. Intraday, you can see a nice little move up, was able to take this 15-minute 200 back. Charge point. So charge point had this inverted cup and handle, definitely not textbook, but the target was hit and seeing a reversal off that target. So we got to move down to the key level that we were looking for. And so this was a really nice setup. really. It took a while to get down here, but the perfect entry is always the retest of the breakout point. That's where your conservative trader looks to enter, and this perfectly come back and retested the breakout point and your short-term moving average and started moving lower. Got a nice reversal signal here as well, trying to push up. The bulls are able to push this candle up and close it on the highs. Would like to see less wick there, but still got a nice reversal signal and then confirmed off of support. Coke just kind of hanging out here as well, kind of putting in a little handle maybe for our cup. Let's keep an eye on that one. Bullish above here. I like it even better above that candle. That's the, I believe, earnings candle where it gapped up and give it back. Now, coin with a nice reversal on Friday. Not really sure what's going on here. They had earnings, but there's just a lot of speculation going on in the crypto market, and it wasn't really performing with the crypto miners like it does sometimes. And they come out and had a better than expected earnings, so that's good for Coinbase. Consumer staples, we pulled back to that daily 20 and bounced. Very kind of bullish setup here. Very morning starish there. I know we like to find morning stars is on an uptrends textbook. That's nowhere near textbook, but you can see the bullishness in that in the bullish engulfing candle or the bullish Marbuzo candle. Delta Airlines, very, very choppy here as well. Kind of very double bottomish here. If you were to draw your box, you could see that that would count as a double bottom. Bullish above the 50-day. If we can get above this 50-day, looking for a move up there. Disney, another one I thought we would see a better move out of. Very choppy chart. I actually might have to take that chart out. DraftKings had a better than expected earnings. Nice move up. You can see it had a big range candle. The bulls or the buyers were still able to close it above the opening of that candle. So it's a close high candle. Like to have seen more candle body on that candle though, but they still managed to keep it bullish. Lilly trying to get back into the Bollinger Bands. Nice move up there as well. That Alzheimer's drug news come in, and as we said, there's probably not going to be got the big move up. It's probably going to hang out here and let those moving averages catch up, then make its move. And XLE just moving lower with the move on crude that we've had. Google still trading in this upward sloping head and shoulders pattern. Going to keep an eye on it. That is not the perfect pattern, but the formation is there. We do have a higher low. I'm sorry, we have a lower high. So when you have that, you're looking for a possible move down. You can see the trend line there acting as the neckline. Goldman Sachs down here, big pullback, held the Bollinger Band, trying to push up off the Bollinger Band. You have a little bit of gap there. Need to keep an eye on. Looks like it may have been filled on Friday. If we can continue higher, watch your 50-day there. IWM, decent day on Friday as well. You can see a nice move up there on the 15. Intel's gotten really choppy here. I do like the way the 9's trying to turn up the follow price up. See if we can get a change here in our MACD. See if we can keep some positiveness in this chart and move higher. If not, as of right now, you can see this little downtrend affecting it. Like it better. I would draw that trend line if you're interested in trading it and like it better up above that trend line on the bullish side. You can see the Qs here. This is not a bad looking chart at all. So we got the Qs sitting here in a nice little tabletop. We pushed up. This is a major level of resistance here. You can also see the resistance lightening up. You can see in the volume profile, there's a lot of been a lot of trading, a lot of action going on in here that's built up a lot of volume. So you can see it lightens up above here. So if we can push up above this area, maybe we can move a little bit freer and actually get a decent move up to get out of this area. We're going to look at the volume profile and some higher time frames as well. You can see here the volume profile here, very, very heavy trading through here. A nice move up on Friday. Very nice move. Strong move up. And you can see it here on the Qs as well. So this is a weekly chart, weekly time frame for the Qs. You can see the heavy volume in here, but you can see it getting lighter as we move up. So if we can get out of this area, maybe we can push up and put in some more. I don't think we're going to go to all new highs or anything like that, but I'd like to get up out of this area, do some more range trading, build some more levels of support for the market. Because as you can see, when we get to, we'll look at it at the SPY, but as we move up in higher time frames, you can see we do have some gaps there, and it would be nice, since we're doing a lot of chopping right now and not a lot of clear direction, that maybe we can move up a little bit and chop some more to build levels of support for, further later down the road. If we do pull back, we actually have some support, because there's some levels on the SPY where we just move through and there's not a lot of support throughout the years. So let's continue to move through the charts. Very nice flag there on the Qs weekly. JP Morgan, this is probably one of the better bank charts. We do have this gap down here. If we do break down again, let's keep an eye on this gap. Tried to get back above these moving averages on Friday. I'm not interested in trading this until it gets out of those that 9 and 20 on the daily. Just not interested into it. LVS is also struggling here. Is this going to be a lower high? Can we reclaim the 9? Losing the MACD. If I had to guess, a possible move down. Need another candle or two on that one. Lockheed Martin, another very nice hammer play down here on support, and a nice move up here. So to give us a nice reversal signal, we got a very big move down. You had a falling 3, which if you look on the crude chart, we had a falling 3 there as well, and a nice move down. You can actually see that pattern in the video I did with the wick. So you can see Moderna here back above this major level of resistance, which is now support. See where we open tomorrow, your 20 next level. We did get below this level and was able to reclaim it. So that's a good sign for Moderna. Maybe we can get back in this range. So you can see if we can hold this level and try to push up, we have a decent range we put in here once before. Maybe we could be easy money trading in that range. Moderna, nice push up after some chop. You can see Mara trying to push up, respecting that daily 9, pushing up out of the little pattern there. I was thinking we were probably going to move down on that one. Never confirmed. Merck flagging back into your 9. Your bands are flattening out here. Look like we may try to hold this for a while. We want to see the bands open up for a price to move. Meta is another one that's getting a little concerning here. We're still holding the 9. See if we can get a move off this daily 9. We could try to finish filling that gap. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Meta intraday, you can see some chop around, big pullback, some chop around, and then we launched at the end of the day. Still, we're not able really to take out the daily highs or anything, the opening levels. Microsoft had this earnings, nice little traded sideways, really nice flag, trying to push off the 9. Nice breakout there. Let's keep an eye on Microsoft this week. Microsoft intraday, you can see the really nice move we had Friday there. Very nice move up. And Microsoft weekly, we had a nice move last week. We're still able to close higher. So see what we get. We're getting a little extended there. Nike had this rounded bottom. Another chart I meant to pull out. So Nike, it'll free up. If we can get up here out of this volume profile area, we should see a lot less resistance up there. So if we can just push out of that range. NVIDIA, strong candle here on Friday as well. Really nice setup, nice push up, flag back down. I like this better above that candle wick. So we got to take out that range high. And I don't mean where the candle closed, the close of the day. I mean the range high. I like it better above that range high. And you can see it right here. You can also see NVIDIA here, nice push up on the weekly. So we got a nice weekly breakout there. I know recession's coming and all that. These big guys are, bigger charts, tech names are been pushing the market, holding the market up, doing great. I know it's a very strange market, but there's opportunities in this market. Instead of, using your opinion, stay open-minded, play the action, and get in here and make some of this money with us. You see NASDAQ trying to push up once again. This is a major level of resistance that needs to be cleared. You can see it right here as well. A lot of volume been traded in that area. Netflix has been trending lower. This is just been bleeding down. Keep an eye on it for a move. It's trying to reclaim the moving averages. And PACW had a strong day moving on volume on Friday. It's been a wild ride for that name this week. And you can see the intraday move there on Friday was able to reclaim the 200 and pushing higher. So we had Peloton trading in this falling wedge, which failed and broke to the downside. So you got really you would consider that as a busted pattern. But as my opinion, a pattern's a pattern. I don't look at a pattern as being bullish or bearish. I look at it as a pattern as an opportunity, and I trade it plan A, plan B. Procter and Gamble trading sideways, struggling with the daily 9 now. You can see the cues on the monthly. Once again, look at the volume profile. We are light down here, so if we move lower, if we were to break down, we could probably get a nice move down lower. But if we can get up above this level right here, it lightens up quite a bit up here. And would be nice if we could move up and build some more support, put in some more trading, range trading in that area to build some support for, like, if we do pull back in the future, to give us a place to land. Robolex moving lower, trying to get back up on Friday, trying to get back up to that daily 9. Roku got a decent signal here, very morning starish once again, but you have your daily 9. Not interested until we get above that daily 9 on that chart. SPX, this is SPX daily. We're getting ready to talk about the SPY chart, which is very similar to this. All right, so the diamond, you can see the diamond here in the W pattern. We put in a lower low, where here on the SPY and the SPX, you can see here on the weekly still struggling with that level, back below that level on the diamond. We'll get to the SPY. Here we go. So this is the SPY's weekly. And you can see, once again, the volume profile here lightens up. If we can get into this area, which we are trying and just got rejected, if we can get into this area, it lightens up. Maybe we can get up there and put in some more trading range, get us up out of this area where the volume's so heavy and so much resistance in there. Maybe we can move a little freer. And this is the SPY. You can see here, this is a double bottom. If you draw your box from the bottom of this candle body to the bottom of this candle wick and you draw it, the wick and or candle body can come into the box. You don't want it to protrude, and it's pretty much right dead even, trying to push back up. So we got a possible double bottom. To confirm that, we need to move up here. Now, we knew what we had, so we just give us some opportunities to trade this while it's trying to form. Now, I did a video about drawing a box up here. Same thing. Draw your box on this candle wick and draw it over, and this gives us a very troublesome level that needs to be cleared for us to move up. And you can see how it frees up here in the volume profile. Now, if we can move up, and take this 418-ish area out, 418.31, I believe, then we could probably make a decent move up. And like I said, I'd really like to move up, get out of this trading range that we're in, and put some more levels in for support later down the road up higher. I don't think we're going to go to all new highs, but if we do take that level out, and I'm telling you, it's going to need volume to take that level out, and we may not see that type of volume tomorrow on a Monday. A lot of times we get these low volume chop days on Monday. SPY weekly still holding. Sorry, this is a SPY monthly. This candle's not closed yet, but we are still holding this major level of support. So you got your monthly 20, but you still have this support level running through here. I know you're not really supposed to cut through candles, but it's here. You can see this working for the last 2 months. This has been the low point. So let's keep an eye on that level, in which we do in the Discord. You can see the SPY here. This is a cup and handle that failed, but you can also see I should have erased this and drew the double bottom and drew this level up here on the top. But you can see on the thumbnail, we have the double bottom and this level up here. So we have a trading range right now. We could stay in this trading range for a few more days, and there's opportunities in that trading range as well. So it's a lot of opportunities this week. So are we going to take it out and push? Are we going to get rejected? Or could we trade in that trading range? Either way provides opportunities, and there's very good money to be made whichever way the market decides to trend. SPY intraday, nice push up. Square, this chart's been struggling into a downtrend, as you can see, but it's trying to get out of those moving averages and break that downtrend, and was a big rejection again on Friday. So we're back. It did close back below that support level. CRM holding in very nicely up here, kind of triple tops though. Actually, this would be a quadruple top if we can't take this out. So watch your triple taps there. Shop a nice move up on earnings. So, and we are moving on expanding volume here. That is a very nice move. I made some good money on the opening day. After earnings, I didn't trade it the next day, but I know at least, I took 2 or 3 trades in this. One of them was like 37% on that. Starbucks had a good earnings, but they sold it. It's been running, so it's been up. We've got some really nice opportunities here as well. Actually, a couple of good trades, and you can see this reversal signal down here. Got a big bearish engulfing candle. You got a little bullish harami, gap up, confirm, and push. Nice move up there. Look how that little wick on the bottom, which means this candle gapped up and pulled back at first before pushing back up, which happens a lot. We get slight pullbacks before ripping. You can see Tesla here, strong day on Friday. This one ripped. Also provided some great opportunities on Friday. We made money there as well. XLK, a lot like the Qs. Got this little tabletop area up here, volume profile. Not much in the MACD, but the histogram dot, you do have a slight, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a divergence because you got the higher high there. But we are looking like this MACD could possibly cross and try to get us up out of this area. That would be great. But like I say, we got 3 choices, and it's plenty action, set an alert at those levels. Tesla getting back into the pattern. We have a gap here, so this gap is still in play. We were able to get into it on Friday. This gap will be in play tomorrow and this week. Remember, 80% of the time, when you get your gap fill, you get a rejection at the other side. You get a reaction at the other side that is tradable. Doesn't mean it's going to crash there, but it can pull back, which gives an opportunity before returning to take the gap out to finish closing the window and proceeding on. So Uber had another, much better report here. Lyft this is just a much better company. We have Dash coming out this week. Uber is still the one that's in that whole service stuff. That this whole end of the world, Uber is by far the better company. You can see this big move up, moving on expanding volume there as well. Very, very nice move up. Let's go back. We just did something. What was that? Yeah, Uber, SMH holding support there, trying to push up. It's got to get back above those moving averages. Walmart trying to break out here. I like it better up above those candles. Moving at, or the Bollinger Bands look like they may be trying to open up for price. XLF, this could get bullish. I prefer to get back above those moving averages. Just a lot of resistance there coming up on the daily chart. ExxonMobil, this thing sold off hard, trying to give us a little bit of reversal signals on Friday, see where we go tomorrow. They spinning top there. It is a high close candle. See where it takes us. Bonds, nothing to see there, just trading in that range. So we have IWM weekly still looking very H-sellish. Sell pattern this year. It is not finished forming. If it is forming, hopefully that is not, because that would be, H-sell patterns are pretty reliable sell signal, and that was a big one. And you can see the daily here. We got the breakout of this rising wedge to the downside and trying to bounce off support on Friday. And that concludes our video for today. I hope you find this helpful, and I will see you in the trading room.